If you feel like your health journey has just come to a stalling point because you've changed your diet, you've made lifestyle changes, you added in the castor oil packs, you tried that really expensive probiotic that was marketed to you by Gwyneth Paltrow very poorly, and still you're not seeing a change, you still feel gassy and bloated, and you're dreading your period every month, and you feel absolutely miserable in your body, and then you go to your doctor and they say, "You're fine, your labs look great, this is part of having a period," and you go home and cry. All of that is telling me there are things that have been missed that, one, your doctors aren't looking at, and two, that you're not understanding about your body. That is why you're not seeing the progress that you're looking for, even though you've made so many changes, even though you've bought all the supplements, even though you've tried all the different diets, and you're not getting that progress. Hi, I'm Dr. Bala. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I specialize in women's hormonal health, and I help you figure out what is going on in your body and why that's happening and what you can do about it naturally without needing to fight your doctors about it. So let's dive into the number one area that is missed when we think about our hormones and our periods. I often hear people who are like, I made this change, I tried this, I took this supplement, I started working out more, and I'm still feeling really gassy and uncomfortable and bloated and having heavy periods and feeling I'm just really anxious the week or two before my period. So here's the thing. You might have been addressing a couple of things for your liver metabolism. You might be taking antioxidants. You might be taking more vitamin C. You might be working on histamine, but you are not addressing your gut. And your gut is how everything is getting eliminated. So even if you're working on detoxes, on liver metabolism, doing a cleanse and helping that liver function, all that is happening is that we're pushing things for elimination, and your gut is what is eliminating that. So if we're not addressing your gut, you are not going to see changes. If you feel like you have so much brain fog, you can't think about anything, you forget everything that you talked about in the meeting 2 hours ago, and now you don't have notes on it because you were too distracted during the meeting, and this is your life every day. You can't focus. You have all these symptoms. What we need to look at is your gut. All of these are pointing me towards, hey, there's something going on with inflammation. And you can try all you want to support your liver, do all the cleanses, but if we're not focusing on how your gut is eliminating things, you're not going to see that improvement. So don't start on focusing on your liver health without starting with your gut first, because it's a wasted time, it's wasted effort, and you're wasting money too. I want you to let me know in the comments if you are struggling with any of these symptoms. Period pain, period flu, feeling like you're gaining a lot of weight, your acne is flaring, noticing that you have a lot of joint pain, gas and bloating, anything that is listed here. Please leave a comment and let me know which of these you're struggling with and how many of them you're struggling with. Because if you struggle with these gut issues, you're likely going to be struggling with some level of estrogen dominance as well. Hormonal issues, period issues, because our gut has a group of bacteria called estrogen. And this group of bacteria is dictating how your estrogen is getting metabolized. What they're doing is essentially deconjugating the estrogen that your liver has metabolized and conjugated for excretion. So it's kind of like your liver is the one that is taking your estrogen, putting it into a package, wrapping it up with a bow, and sending it out to your gut for elimination, sending it out, take it to who it needs to go to, aka the toilet. And your gut has this group of bacteria called estrogen. And if there's dysbiosis, we are seeing a lot of research showing that dysbiosis, meaning imbalanced levels of your microbiome, healthy bacteria to pathogenic bacteria, viruses, etc., are going to disrupt that estrogen balance. And what estrogen does is when it's out of balance, we have higher levels of a specific enzyme called beta-glucuronidase. And these enzymes, what they do is they take that package that your liver so beautifully worked on. They have little scissors and they go and they cut that bow off that package, and they're tearing everything that's in it inside. And that estrogen that's inside is going back into circulation because it's not getting taken to where it needs to go. So that is what this group of bacteria is doing when we are in a microbiome imbalance, essentially. So why is this an issue? Estrogen is there to help our endometrial lining grow. The thicker our endometrial lining is, the more bleeding we're going to have. And the more estrogen we have, the more tissue that is getting stimulated. Our breasts are going to be tender. We're going to have fibrocystic breasts. You might have a history of fibroid growth. You might notice a history of ovarian cysts or polyps or anything of that nature. Those high levels of estrogen are going to be impacting why you feel so miserable, why you're having all of those headaches, and why you're having the migraines, and why you feel just not like yourself throughout your cycle, or at least after you ovulate. So if you feel like you've been stuck on your journey, you've had a history of GI issues, or you feel like you've tried so many different diets, and while you're on the diet, you're like, I feel great. And then once you stop, you're like, I feel miserable again. And you're like, this is just not sustainable. I can't keep cutting out all these foods and not living my life. This is a sign that we need to work on your gut health. We can do that by looking deeper into what might be going on. We can do a stool test that is analyzing your entire microbiome, looking at your healthy bacteria, looking at any dysbiotic overgrowth, looking at any infections that you might have, looking at your inflammatory markers in your gut. So it really tells us what you're struggling with and why that might be a factor for why you're processing your hormones a little bit differently and struggling with period issues. So if you need to look deeper, we need to actually look deeper, right? We need to see what's going on. So if your doctors are dismissing you and telling you that you feel fine when everything is maybe not fine, it's because we're not doing the right testing, we're not digging deeper, and we're not looking where we need to be looking, which is in your gut. So let's take a look at your stool testing. Let's take a look at your overall health picture. How much water are you getting? How much fiber are you getting? Fiber is what supports the healthy bacteria in our gut. So if you're taking a probiotic without eating enough fiber, you're just throwing money in the toilet. So make sure that we're addressing all the pieces that might be going missed. I know it might seem like, well, my diarrhea and my bloating and my gas have nothing to do with why I have acne, nothing to do with why I'm losing my hair, nothing to do with why my periods are so miserable. Guess what, my chickpea? They absolutely are related. And so that is where we're going to start. Looking at your gut, focusing on how we can support that elimination of everything that your body is doing so that you feel better and you're not turning your wheels, trying the next supplement, trying the next new fad, trying the next diet and feeling so stuck. So if you need help with this, please let me know. I'd love to work on this with you. This is exactly why I've created so many free handouts and webinars so that you understand your body more effectively so that you know what you need to do. If you need help with this, schedule a visit, come join my webinar. I have helped hundreds of other women get these results and understand their body more effectively. So come join me in my webinar and I'll see you here again soon.